Good morning, Culers. Hello to the Stash Squad. How's everybody feeling today? Whew, it is time to wake up in Barca. We are going to shake off that loss against Betis. Yes, we'll go over the match. We'll talk about the results of Betis beating Barcelona 1-0. We'll talk a little bit about who might be to blame. We're not going to point all the fingers at any one player, but we've got some fingers pointing to do. We've got some finger pointing to do. All right, so we'll talk about that, but then we are going to wipe that away. We're going to turn our focus forward to the match against Bayern Munich. We'll talk about a little bit of a prediction. We're going to do a full Bayern Munich-Barcelona match preview on Wednesday's episode. But today, we will dip our toes in the water. We'll talk a little bit about Ansu injury update. We'll see if Gavi is going to be match fit after he got his head nearly knocked off by Bellerin in the match against Betis over the weekend. And then if you didn't see it, I had my interview with Pablo from Barca Universal. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And then anything else that comes up in the headlines today. There's a hair on my microphone. Because as you know, on Wake Up in Barca, we talk about all the Barcelona news and headlines coming out of the camp now. We talk about Barcelona transfer rumors as we approach the January transfer window. And then we have some conversation. We catch up with each other here on the undefeated community. So that's what you're going to see in today's episode of Wake Up and Barca. Let's go ahead and get this party started, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
All right, intro is off, keeping that streak alive. How's everybody feeling? Who we got in here today? Before we start talking about Barcelona and Betis and that disappointing 1-0 loss at home at the Camp Nou, we'll take a look at some stats. We'll talk about some of the player performances. We'll go over that jazz. And then, like I said, we'll talk about Bayern Munich and Barcelona. Let's see who we got in the chat. Kyle Cash, back in the States, my brother. How's it feel? You feeling a little jet lag? I can only imagine so, coming all the way from halfway or all the way across the globe. All the way across the globe. You were way out there. Ryan Scott, how are we doing, sir? I am doing all right, actually. I'm feeling okay. It's a rainy day. Barcelona lost. But I'm feeling okay. We got Bayern Munich to look forward to. I did have a wonderful interview connected with Barca Universal's Pablo. Those of you that did not see the video, at the end of today's show, I'm going to be kicking you over to a clip from that episode. So at 7:30, that is premiering. So I'm going to end this right at 7:30. So when this show ends, it'll kick you over to that premiere. It's just a clip from the full interview, which you can see live on the channel now. Not live. You can see posted on the channel now. But if you did not see that yet, we'll be posting a clip on Can Barcelona Beat Bayern Munich? We're going to get Pablo's thoughts. Like I said, if you did not see the full interview, that clip will be live right after today's episode of Wake Up in Barca. Kudis is here with us. Hello, hello. Oh, when I come back for Christmas, Kudis and Cash, we're hanging out. It's happening, boys. We're getting together. Kyle Cash is in the States. He's on Eastern Standard Time. Kudis still rocking in the Valley. And the stash is coming home, boys. All right? We're going to get some time in the old wheel. It's happening. I'm very excited about it. Who else we got in here? Cheng, hello, hello. How we feeling? Levi, good morning. We'll talk about Memphis. We'll get there. Don't you worry. Cheng says the way I shouted when Betis scored the goal. It happens. I don't know if you guys saw. So I posted the reaction video. Messed up the thumbnail. I didn't have the scoreboard right, so I had to change that. Thank you, Ayush. Appreciate you catching me on that. But I zoomed in on OG, the puppy cam, when I reacted, because he went from sleeping to at full alert. So if you did not see the reaction video, or if you missed the live watch along, go ahead and check that out on the channel. I might put my hair in a ponytail already. My hair's doing crazy things these days, you guys. Remember how it used to just kind of like not be so crazy? And now it's like super crazy. Okay, it looks a little bit better if I flip it over there. What if I just do this? See, it just keeps splitting in the middle, and I don't know why. Anyway, this is not about my hair. We're not here to talk about my hair. But we're gonna when I want to, because this is my show. Anyway. Josh, how we doing, sir? Good morning to you. Says, do you think Barca can qualify for top 4 in La Liga? Yeah, we'll get there. We'll turn things around. Don't worry. We will turn things around. Adne, good morning. Good morning. Still feeling a little sick. We'll just keep resting up, all right? And mentality helps sometimes. I heard someone say once, don't say that you're sick, say that you are resting, that you are healing, that you are getting better. It helps get that mental state back where it needs to be. Levi, appreciate the update. Atletico lost yesterday. Yeah, I think they lost late. We'll take a look at some of those results. Wheel time stash excursion. Let's go. Animal says Bayern are angry that Lua didn't win the Ballon d'Or as they think it's because the Bundesliga is considered weak. Thomas Muller said they will show the world who they are versus Barca. I know. Yeah, we're potentially gonna get finger popped against Bayern. It's possible. It's very possible. Anyway, let's see. Chang said, oh, Vipula, how we doing? Says, did you get Barca Universal after I tagged you in their post? No, we were already connected after that. I was actually surprised that happened. We had been chatting for a couple weeks now about getting together. So that was a happy little coincidence, Vipula. But I do appreciate folks tagging me and stuff. When you guys tag me on like Talk FCB or Barcelona's page or just other YouTubers and stuff like that, I do get a little giggle out of it, and I appreciate it. It helps with the exposure. Levi says Barca Universal is moving up in the ranks. Listen, he's going to be a star. That kid is a stud. I'm telling you. He's intelligent. He's well-spoken. He's got a great speaking voice. He knows what he's talking about. That kid's going to be a star. He's only 19 years old. You guys, I'm old. I'm 33. I just started this, I'm in my third year right now. That kid can go 14 years before he gets to my age. Imagine how big his channel is going to be by the time he's my age. It's wild. So yeah, absolutely. If you did not go and see that interview yet, go check that out. Wonderful kid. Really knows what he's talking about. Beautiful example of what it means to be a Culers. I'll say that. So big fan of Pablo, big fan of Barca Universal. His videos are wonderful. Great tactics. What else we got? Ernest says starting a conspiracy theory. Ooh, I love conspiracy theories, Ernest. What do you got for us, buddy? Where are you taking us? Chang says Madristas had a good day when Atletico and Barca lost. Yeah, but we're not worried about Madristas. All right, we're not Madristas, so we're not going to worry about Madristas. You know what I mean? Levi says, use Twitter more. You are correct, my man. I'm starting to do that. At first, I was just doing Instagram and YouTube, and Instagram's real hard to pull people over from. So I've noticed that Twitter is actually more engaging for the conversation. So I've started putting a little bit more stuff out on Twitter. I still need to do a better job of that. But also TikTok. When I put a video up on TikTok, anything that I put on TikTok has gotten more views than my average videos that I post outside of the live streams. Like if I put a clip up from Wake Up in Barca, I'll get somewhere around 100, 150, maybe 200 views. If I put a reaction video up, those will get more like, it varies greatly. It might be 200, it might be 500, it might be 2,000. It varies a lot. But TikTok, I've never gotten less than like 400 or 500 views, and most of them get somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000. So it's just kind of interesting how the different platforms work. I know TikTok's newer, so there's not as many Barcelona content creators on there. That might have something to do with it. But Twitter, I think, is better for bringing people over and into the community. So I hear you on that one. Absolutely. Yeah, we didn't talk about Chelsea at all. I meant to, but I didn't want to take up too much of his time. But being a Pulisic fan, obviously, I was going to bring that up. But next time for sure. Yeah, Madrid, you got to say, we're 40% way through the league right now. Real Madrid are running away with it. It's a bummer. It sucks, but you know what? It's going to make it that much sweeter when Barcelona are back to full form. Guys, we haven't had our starting 11 available to us yet. We have yet to have, like, if you looked at our roster and you said, okay, if everybody's healthy and fit, who are my starters? We haven't had that starting 11 yet. Dembele is about to get potentially his first start of the year against Bayern Munich. Pedri's out. Ansu Fati's out. Anyway, looking at the table, Ernest, by the way, I need you to finish your thoughts on that conspiracy, my dude. You can't just say you're working on a conspiracy and then not give me the details. Oh, there it is. Okay, it says Uncle John is related to Mingueza and you have your reasons. Could it be the temporary beard and the ponytail? Could that be it? Vipula says Dest needs to be sold or played as a right wing. That is an unpopular opinion, probably because it's not really stated in facts. Dest looked unenthused in the match against Celta Vigo, Real Betis. So we might as well jump in and look at some of those stats. Here's the big problem, folks. I keep pointing it out. 12 shots, 3 on target. That's not good enough. Not only that, when it's 2 shots on target and one of them's in goal, come on. That's unlucky. That's just unlucky. And yes, in the moment, I blame Serginho Dest, but there were other players that didn't get back on defense, which made it, at the end, a 2-on-1 situation for Serginho Dest, and he didn't have the opportunity to cover. I still think he made the wrong choice at the end, but it is what it is. So I disagree that Dest needs to be sold. I think Dest is going to be our right back for the future. One thing that we, speaking of wingbacks, might want to take a look at, Tagliafico apparently is a bit of an outcast at Ajax right now. Tagliafico news. I know I'm jumping all over the place here. But let's go. That was August 30th. No, come on. I just saw something about him. This ain't going to give it to me. Goal. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's go transfer news, maybe. I swear I just saw an article yesterday. Oh, don't make me look like a liar here. Yeah, Nicolas Tagliafico links. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. Apparently he is not getting playing time at Ajax. He made some comment about his manager saying, oh, the manager needs to spend more time talking to players who are on the bench. That clearly means he's unhappy. So, hate to start the transfer rumors early, but maybe Tagliafico becomes an option for a left back replacement for Jordi Alba. I'm not saying that it's time to replace him right now, but in the next year or two, that definitely needs to happen. For sure. Mansoir, hello. Visca Barca, good morning to you. I believe you're new to the channel and the community, so welcome, my friend. What else we got? Levi says, Bettis had a goal offside too. Yeah, that is fair. I forgot about that one. It was that close. Let's see here. Ernest says, why would an American be interested in soccer and never miss a Barca match for years unless... Ernest, I'm loving it. Keep connecting those dots, my friend. That's awesome. AF, what's up, buddy? Good morning. Vipula says, John, we need a right back. I don't think so. I think Dest is our right back. I think that was Dest's first match back, and everyone on the pitch seemed to have a little bit of a lull. Memphis and Dest in particular seem to stand out in terms of not really having that spark against Real Betis, but overall, Dest is our right back. I'm very clear on that. Cheng, we're going to do lineup and prediction on Wednesday's episode of Wake Up in Barca. We're going to be going live Wednesday morning, day of the match. So we'll have all the latest news. Right now, reports are saying that Ansu Fati's not going to be playing. Let's jump over and go Ansu Fati news. So date of Ansu Fati's expected return. Ansu Fati ruled out of Barcelona's UCL clash against Bayern. This is what I thought I saw this morning when I was browsing. And here it is. Pretty much make this official, folks. I know we talked a little bit, Pablo and I talked a little bit about it in the interview yesterday. But reports are saying Ansu is doing a tremendous effort to be back with the team, and it makes me emotional to see how hard he works. We know the importance of that game, but I hope and I want him to be comfortable. We know that these next matches are important for us. Until he's 100%, he won't be back with the team. I'm not going to force any players. We did that in the past, and we lost them. When he's 100%, he'll be back with the team. So there you have it, folks. Sad news. Ansu Fati is not going to be available for Bayern Munich. Womp, womp, womp. That is a bummer, actually. And we still don't really know about Gavi. Let's go Gavi news, because that's going to be big time too. Gavi released from hospital. Okay, but is it going to actually... I know that this is Barcelona's website, but they never give any actual information. So let's go to SB Nation here. Gavi's been discharged from the hospital, yada, yada. Tried to carry on, but couldn't. Fears that he suffered a concussion. Thankfully, the youngster seems to be okay, and he's now been allowed home. Update suggests Gavi might be fit to face Bayern on Wednesday in the Champions League. That's good. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so we should have Gavi back, but no Ansu. We did see when Dembele came on the pitch against Real Betis, Abde moved over to the left and played on the wing. So that's an option. But I was actually pretty happy with Coutinho's performance. Was anybody else a little bit surprised, a little bit, I would say like in a good way, a little bit surprised by Coutinho's performance? If we look at our starting lineup here, Dest, like I said, did not have the right mentality. Seemed bored out there. Araujo was amazing. Langley did what he needed to do out there. I thought Jordi Alba could have been more involved. Gavi, of course, came off injured, but our whole midfield was fairly quiet throughout the match. Gavi, Busquets, Nico. I wasn't saying their name much at all in the attacking third. Busquets did what he always does in the defensive third, held it down quite well. Abde on that right wing, I appreciate his mentality in taking the defenders on, but he also needs to balance that with some passing. He's being a little bit selfish on the ball, and hopefully someone will talk to him, someone will coach him up a little bit, and like I said, he'll find that balance. Coutinho, like I said, I appreciated his performance on the left-hand side. I was a little bit surprised to see him come off first for, I think it was for Dembele, right? I was a little bit surprised to see him come off, but maybe Xavi was just looking to give him a little bit of rest before that Bayern match. He did rest Frankie de Jong, ended up putting him on late in the match. Probably should have put him on instead of Ricky Puig, who had a disappointing performance. I did not see anything from Ricky Puig that made me say, oh yeah, Ricky Puig needs to be in the starting 11. Have not seen that. Let me get caught up on the chat here. Animal says, honestly, I don't get why Demir isn't getting more playing time. When he got the chance versus Benfica, he was way more dangerous than Memphis. Fair. Maybe it's a situation where, well, here's what it is, folks. Here's my suspicion. I think what's happening is La Masia players are getting preferential treatment over players that were brought in from outside clubs. So while Demir was forward focused, he was willing to take on the defender, create chances. He may not be playing in the way that Xavi wants him to play. And that can be very subtle. If you've seen the documentary Take the Ball, Pass the Ball, it's on Netflix. You got to go watch it. They talk about Pep Guardiola and how strict he was. He once took off their new signing center back because he made 2 passes that were against the tactics that Pep Guardiola had set up. So he took him off at halftime. That's what Xavi's going to be doing. If you notice, he's giving preferential playing time to the La Masia players, the players that had time on Barca B and really understand that Barca mentality. So just keep an eye out for that. Adne says, Dest is great. He's going to be amazing for the next years. I agree. He's staying. He's a Barcelona man. He's going to do good things for the club. You stupid. Good morning, sir. Cheers to you. Leo says, should we keep Memphis? Yes, we should keep Memphis. Let's just relax, okay? Some of it is on Memphis. Some of it is on the players around him as well. The chemistry is just not really working right now. So we gotta fix that for sure. Ernest, back to the John is Mingueza theory, says, notice how he knew Koeman will be sacked just before he was. He had an inside man. Or did I make that decision? How much would Depay go for? I don't know. We got him for free. How much would Memphis go for right now in this market? 15 to 20 million, maybe. You guys are saying 50? I don't know about that. I don't know. That's 50 might be a little bit high. Levi says, we are Barcelona, so we are going to prefer local players. It's going to happen. Yeah, I think that trend is back now that Xavi is at the helm. You Stupid says, Coutinho was great. Abde is a good player, but he reminds me of the guy from the Mighty Ducks. You're talking about, Gonzalez, right? The fast skater, but he couldn't slow down and would crash into the wall. Dude, such a good reference. That's hilarious. That's too good. Ernest says Demir can't stay wide. He likes to cut in. There's nothing wrong with cutting in. In fact, that's better for the run of play to open up a little bit of space for Dest on an overlap, and then you can start creating with some of those midfield players when you cut back inside. So I don't hate that, but it could honestly just be that they are preferring Abde and Akamach because they are La Masia players. It's very possible. Adne says, what we need is a win against Bayern. Barca cannot play in the Europa League. I know, you guys. I don't want to play in the Europa League either. It's one of the things that Pablo and I talked about, Pablo from Barca Universal, in our interview yesterday. The full interview is up on the channel. We are going to be cutting to a clip of that. Once this show ends, I got to end it right at 7:30 because there's going to be a premiere of one of those clips. If you did not see the whole interview, I want you to stick around for that clip. I'll hang out and watch a few minutes with you all as well. But yeah, it was a great conversation. We talked about Bayern Munich. We talked about what the expectations are for Xavi a little bit. It's about 25 minutes, so it's a little bit long, but throw it on in the background, get your morning chores done, whatever you're going to do there. And then definitely go over and support his channel as well. Barca Universal. You can find him on YouTube. He also has Instagram and Twitter, but all of his content is available on YouTube. So make sure you go over there. Give him a shout out. Let him know that you're there from the Stash Squad. Show him the support. Let him know that his time was worth it. And that he is now a honorary member of the Stash Squad, of course. Kuda says the Stash Squad conspiracy series needs to happen. I love it. I love it. We can get started on that. We'll have our first official meeting when I roll into Wheeling over the holiday break. Anno says Abde's not a La Masia player. Was I wrong about that? He got promoted from Barca B. Do I have that wrong? Let's see here. Oh, I do have that wrong. He came from Hercules. Oh, my mistake. Good shout out. Not a lot of goals. 21 appearances, 2 goals. Even the B team, 25 and 5. Okay, all right. So my theory was wrong then. Then I don't know why Demir's not getting playing time. I guess he just prefers Abde. Oh well. Levi says Pablo wanted Coleman to stay last May. He always reminded me of you. Well, maybe that's why we got along so well. And listen, we weren't wrong if that was Pablo's thoughts as well. I just discovered Pablo a couple months ago, so I wasn't watching his videos in May. But we let Coleman go at the right time. Any earlier than that would have been premature. Yes, it put us in a big hole in La Liga, but if you would have let him go before that, would have been premature. Just telling ya. Ernest says, Dynamo's coach said Barca's fans can relax. Listen, how are we going to feel if we get hate stomped by Bayern, but Dynamo beat Benfica and we get to go through? Wouldn't be good. Would not be a good look. Yeah, Pablo and I talked about Europa League. Even if we win it, it's still not a good look for Barcelona, unfortunately. You Stupid says, I think Braithwaite would open things up for Memphis because Braithwaite will run the whole game. That's what's cool about Braithwaite is his work rate. Fair. Yeah. I think Memphis needs a break, and I think he needs a number 9 in front of him, to be honest. I don't think Memphis is that number 9. Levi says I should join Barcelona Twitter. I don't even know what that means or what that is. Anyway, we're going to hop off, folks, because it's just about 7:30, And at 7:30, it's going to kick you over to a clip, like I said, of Pablo and I talking about Barcelona. So we're going to be live one more time before the Bayern match Wednesday right here on the Undefeated channel. We're going to be talking about Bayern Munich. We'll go over the lineup. We'll go over match predictions. And then we'll be live for the match against Bayern Munich right here on the Undefeated channel. My friends, thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride and spending some time with me. I want to give a quick shout out to Pablo one more time. I'm going to send you over to that clip as I end this stream, and then I will see you Wednesday, my friends, for another episode of Wake Up and Barca. I love you all very much. Have a wonderful day. Go out there and do great things. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. Mwah.